Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another Men of War video. And what do we have here? We have Operation Anchorage. So before we start this battle, I want to give you guys a little insight into what happened before the nukes dropped in the Fallout universe. So I'm going to get up Nukipedia right here. So here's Nukipedia, and it says right here, the Sino-American War. That's what we're going to be doing, and it was a conflict between the United States of America and China. It began in 2066 as part of the Resource Wars, and it culminated with the Great War in 2077. So the prelude to this is in the spring of 2066, with global oil resources diminishing and China's fossil fuel dependency causing an energy crisis in the nation, China became more aggressive in its trade talks with the United States. With the United States unwilling to export oil to China, the Chinese-American relations turned for the worse. So this is winter 2066. China invades Alaska, marking the beginning of the Sino-American War. The Anchorage front line becomes the main battlefront during the Anchorage campaign. So I'm going to say no more on that matter, and we're going to play out a little battle on the front line between the Americans and the Chinese. So I'm going to go ahead and press start, and here we go. Look, we've got a little cinematic at the start. We can see our captain down in the bottom right corner there, and we've got all of our troops. This is a forward operating base, and it's not exactly lore-based, but I think it looks kind of like Anchorage. I mean, I've played the Anchorage campaign like one time in the Fallout world, so this is my depiction of it. And this is just one of many battles that we're going to be playing in this new mini-series. So big shout out to Bill Nye for creating this mod, and the rest of his team as well, because this is awesome. Look at this, we've got American troops. They're armed with their laser rifles. We've got some M4s. We've got everything. Oh god, the artillery has already started. So the Chinese are going to be covering their advance with artillery. And this is a bit of a mix really, because we do have some American artillery off the map, which are also shelling. So some scouts are going up in front, and they're just, look at that, they're just checking. They're like, what's going on? Are the Chinese coming? I don't know. Let's move up. So, squad on me, on me. Okay, and that's getting a bit cringe right there. But we've got all of our soldiers in the trench. We have tanks. Look at these dudes. Look, it's on like rotatory mode. It's on patrol. Look, just looking around, looking for some Chinese people. Look at this. They're gonna. Well, I see Chinese people, but the Chinese army, should I say? So here we go. We've got the Chinese army moving in now, and this is in Alaska. So this is an invasion of the Americas, really. So if China take Alaska, I do believe they have a lot of oil in Alaska. I think that's why they want it, you see. So the Americans are moving up. Do correct me if I'm wrong, because I know there's a lot of you Fallout guys out there that are like, you get so triggered if I say something wrong about this sort of universe. So anyway, the Chinese are going to be advancing from the left, and they're also going to be advancing from the right. It is up to us to defend for as long as possible. We have got just the standard infantry at the moment. They've not thought to add their snow camos yet, but hopefully in the future we'll be getting some snow camos for them. So that's just going to be a simple text mod change, which I'm going to have to do. A little bit of modding. Look at this, it's beautiful, it's absolutely beautiful. We have got a lot of reinforcements that are on the way to support these trenches. And also big shout out to Baron Von Games for sponsoring this video. What he's going to be playing the same battle on his channel. So there is going to be a link in the description if you want to go and check out his version of the battle. And it's different every time, you see. There's no two battles the same in Men of War, so go and check him out. A lot of you guys probably know him already. He's got like 800,000 subscribers, so wow, and that's just on one of his channels. So look at this, we've got 3 Chinese dudes over here, look, some of the Chinese army. They're moving up, they're hiding behind their vehicle over there. I'm not sure if that's prominently a Chinese vehicle, but we could just pretend and say that they captured it from the Americans. And it's going to be the same with the tank as well. I'm thinking about doing some text mods on the tanks and turning them prominently Chinese. But oh god, look at this. The artillery is really covering this Chinese advance right here. It's going to be a while until we see any action closer to the front line on these trenches. Look at this, beautiful. I love these pistols. I love the sounds as well. Look at that. So we do have some snipers on each flank. We have some on the left flank, and we do have some hidden on the right flank. And maybe this is why the Chinese can't advance past this ridge right here. But this is going to be very interesting to see who wins this battle. Because you know me, I do not test this battle until the end. I let the AI decide, so whatever happens in this video may affect what happens in the next. But we are going to try our best to stick to the storyline of the prelude of the Fallout universe. So I think this is before the bombs dropped, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that the bombs were dropped in 2077, I believe, was it? Something like that. But this war began in 2066. And they're using the mountains to their advantage now. That's a good thing. They're climbing up the mountains so they can provide some covering fire to their Chinese comrades. Oh, now they're retreating. Where are you going, boys? Where are you going? There's no stopping them. There's literally no stopping them. How many soldiers are actually out of the map? Quite a few, but they are going to advance in a moment. I think I think we've just got to hold our troops back and then wait for them to mass up and then advance. But the Americans are doing a pretty good job at this precise moment of defending these trenches. And it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it took me a whole day yesterday to make this map. It's only a small map, but I hope you guys like it. And I might send it off to Bill Nye as well and see if he wants to release it with it when he releases his full version of his mod. So when he does, I will make an announcement on this channel. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button as well. It helps me out a lot. These guys are providing covering fire from the top of the mountain now. Not doing very well though. We've not seen any action past these 3 shell holes right here. They need to push up a little bit further because the Chinese aren't doing very well at all at this precise moment. But the Americans, I don't think we've lost one soldier yet. There's not one soldier dead. And we have got reinforcements on the way as well, look. Including these 2 T-45 power armors. And I know realistically it would have been the T-51B, I believe. But we only have access to the T-45 at the moment, so you have to bear with me on that. But we've got the 2 T-45 power armor troopers moving up. And these guys are going to try and move up and secure the area. We have another Chinese Humvee moving up as well. I don't know why they're approaching in Humvees. I mean, they could at least put a machine gun on the top. What's he doing? Oh, he's driving forward. Look at him go. Maybe they could use these as cover. Because they are technically classed as armoured vehicles, look. They absorb bullets, these things do. Oh, they do not absorb rockets, though, unfortunately. That was the work of the tank, I believe. Yeah, this thing right here. And if we take control of this, look how beautiful this tank is. It moves and everything, look. We can actually drive this thing. And we've got a turret on it, so we can provide covering fire. We've got our 2 T-45Bs moving up. We're going to shoot there, look. Shoot. Oh, no. Oh, God, I nearly killed my own troops there. Trust me to take control of units and get my own men killed like usual. But look how beautiful he looks, look. It looks so cool. I'm in love with this mod. This is a really cool mod. It's a shame we can't port the props over from Call to Arms, because I know there's a lot more Fallout props. And just because this is Operation Anchorage doesn't mean we can't make anything else from the Fallout universe. So do leave your suggestions in the comments, and I'll be sure to do them. But first of all, I want to do a prelude. So I want, oh God, the Chinese are really massing up now, and we might see a full advance in a moment. They're just exchanging fire with the Americans. But it is interesting to see the Fallout universe from this perspective and see how the war began. So we're going to be covering a lot of prequels to the nuclear sort of series. That looks beautiful. All the tracers moving across the screen. We've got the 2 T-45Bs. They're slowly moving up. There's another Humvee moving up now. Maybe they could provide covering fire. Look at that. Oh, another direct hit from the tank. These tanks are doing too much damage. So overpowered. And we've got more Chinese infantry closing in, but they don't seem to be getting very far. I mean, I've tested this battle multiple times, and they've got a lot further than this in the past. But what they need to do is they need to do like a banzai charge and just take all of this ground and use these rocks as cover. But they don't seem to be doing that. There's too much firepower in the trenches. And you can see back here, we've even got reinforcements moving in, look. We've got squads of troops. And we're going to get these on the rear. So we're going to move them down here, look. And we do have a little tunnel. Watch this. I made this especially for this trench. And it was based off the Anchorage trenches. But obviously it has to work with the cover system of Men of War. So there we go. Put some more men on the front line. There's literally no stopping these Americans now. Oh, look at that. It's such a beautiful mod. Such a beautiful mod. I'm in love with the Fallout universe. I used to be a big fan of the Fallout games, but I must say I've never played Fallout 4, and that Humvee is covered in snow for some reason. Maybe there was an avalanche and it just flattened it. Yeah, not glitchy at all. But the Chinese are still working their way through this area. They're still not making it. They're still not getting very far at all. But there's a lot more troops. We have got to watch our flanks because at any point in time, the Chinese could bring in reinforcement from the flanks. So you can expect the unexpected. So we're just going to overlook the troops defending the trenches. And you have to let me know in the comments. Pause the video right now and let me know in the comments who do you think is going to win this battle. Because this is a good point to put your bets in, because you know it could be anybody's game at this precise moment. Anybody's game. The T-45s are retreating. Did we lose one? No, we've still got one. We've still got the other one back here as well. I believe there's 4 T-45s that we're going to be deploying, and this is 2 of them. No idea where the other 2 are. Maybe they're towards the back. I think they're towards the back here. Maybe not. I don't know. We've got a lot. We've got a full platoon of men in reserve. Chinese are pushing forward more men every 5 seconds. Look, every 5 seconds they'll be bringing another squad of men in. But I'm trying to keep it less laggy, so we've done smaller squads. Usually I do a squad of 10 men. In this case, it's a squad of 3, which is more like a fire team, isn't it? So it's more like a fire team enter the battle every 5 seconds. Oh, the face-to-face with the T-45s now. We lost him. Oh, it's T-45 versus Chinese infantry. Who's going to win? It's up to you, dude. Use your minigun. He's got a minigun. I don't know why he's not using it. Just one barrage of the minigun right in that direction would wreck everybody. It's taken a lot of fire from the right and the left now. It's just a matter of time until the Chinese will flank them. Because they will flank them at some point. We've just got to figure out how. Got a dude down here retreating. He's drawn his pistol. There must be a reason he's drawn his pistol. He might be out of ammo with his machine gun. With his submachine gun, should we say. We've got another T-45 back here. I believe that's the 3rd one out of 4. And there's the 4th one there. So that's all 4 T-45 power armors that have been produced. And like I say, guys, it would be the T-51, realistically. But this is the only one we have access to at the moment. But I am going to be looking to add in more skins. Or perhaps even adding the power armor as an actual armor. So you have to find the weakness and shoot the body parts rather than shooting at the armor itself. Because you can do that in Men of War. I mean, he's dead. He's as dead as a doornail. I don't know where that saying came from. Dead as a doornail. How are we doing over here? We're doing okay. We've got lots of troops left. I mean, have we lost any American troops? Yeah, we've lost 2 there. 3. Only 3. Yep, 3 men. We've lost 3 men in the trenches. There's been a number of scouts that we've lost out there as well, but that's unfortunate for them. We've got a lot of Chinese infantry massing up now, and it's just a matter of time until these guys go on the offensive. Because now they're massing up in troops, you can see they're moving forward and forward, so the more men that mass up, the further they'll push. Because they can afford to lose their men then. I think it's like, what was it that Sun Tzu, he said that, was it 3 to 1 I believe, or was it 5 to 1? I'm not sure. Is the odds where you've got to charge. Something like that. Or is that a siege? I'll have to look up on my Sun Tzu quotes. Or you could leave me some in the comment section, and I'll be sure to read them. The Chinese are using their mountain to sniper out the guys in the trench. We have lost our sniper here, but we still have his scout, his right-hand man. Look, but we're going to go ahead and pick up his sniper, and we're going to take his place. There we go. Probably a bad idea because now he's been sighted. We're going to pull him out. Let's pull him out. Retreat! Get out of here, dude! We're going to get him back in the trenches. We could do with a sniper in the trenches, to be honest. Got longer range, you see. Oh, maybe not. He took one for the team. At least he got the sniper back. That's the main thing. But a lot of our troops have drawn our pistols now. Oh, he just had his helmet shot off. Not good, not good at all. And the Chinese are making their advance now. This is a full advance from the Chinese. Look at this, it's absolutely beautiful. It's something that I've never seen in Men of War. Nobody's ever focused on the Sino-American War before. It's always, Fallout has always been about the, apart from the expansions, it's always been about the wasteland and the post-war rather than the pre-war. We've got another Humvee riding in. And I know what they're doing now. The Chinese must be using these Humvees, be it they're captured Humvees, or they're just Chinese Humvees, I have no idea. But they're using them to make cover. And that's a really good strategy, because the more they use, the more cover they can use to push forward. We're going to move some more troops up. We've got to watch out for these troops getting too close to our tanks. Because if they get too close to our tanks, I mean, I don't think we're going to be able to hold this at all. But, let's take control of him, look. Get a shot off right there. There we go. Take some shots with the tanks. So he's going to provide covering fire. But the tanks are mainly to take out any vehicles. This battle's getting a little bit more interesting now. There's a lot more troops. At first we was absolutely killing the Chinese, but now they're pretty much overwhelming the US. I mean, look at these models. These models are really cool. I don't think they're actually from Fallout, but they do suit it very well. More troops moving up this flank as well. There is a huge variety of them. Some of them do have backpacks. Some of them do carry AT grenades. Some of them do carry AP grenades as well. I think we need to move more of our troops up. We've still got men in reserve back here. We're going to use these, and we're going to put them in the trenches at the back, because it's useless keeping them down there where there's no action. We need all the guns we can get, so we're going to put these guys down here. And if worse comes to the worst, and they do take the first trench, there's always the second trench that they have to take. So every trench was built strategically, if you compare it to a World War I trench. I think what they said in World War I think it was every trench has a meaning. You know, every trench counters the enemy's trench. There's no trench that's just put there randomly. The Chinese are not giving up. They are literally not giving up. They're losing a lot of men, but they're gaining more and more ground every second. I think we need to send some more troops into this trench here. We've got a support trench here which is absolutely empty. How are we doing over here? We've still got a lot of men inside the first line, and they're like, take cover! Oh my god. Let's take some covering fire. This is insane. This is a really cool battle. No idea who's going to win this one. This could be anybody's game. Oh no, he took a shot to the back. Now these guys are that suppressed they can't even aim over the top, look. Some of them have had to use their pistols, like they're like, no, get out of here. Go on, I'll sacrifice myself to save you. Go on, get back. Let's try and pull our troops back. We've got a second line of defences back here. Maybe if we can let them through, we can get the other guys to start using their rifles as well. Getting a little bit laggy now, because the amount of troops we have on screen. I think it's approximately 300 men will be entering the battle on the Chinese side. Maybe we should play as the Chinese. Let's play as the Chinese, and we're going to try and do a flanking move. We're going to do a big charge on the flank. A big charge there. They are going to run, and they're not going to attack anyone. They're just going to get to the destination. That's what I want. There we go. A huge charge. Look at this. Oh, a direct hit from the tank. That was sweet. You see, this is what they needed to do. Oh, this is action-packed. This is so awesome. Sometimes I get that into it. If I do go quiet, it's because I'm just enjoying the battle. That massive Chinese AKs, look. Such a cool mod. This guy's patching himself up. Dead are just massing up. Oh, also guys, tell me what do you guys want to see for a Halloween special? Is there anything that I could do in particular? Do you want to see some more Army Men of War? Maybe a Halloween special? Or would you guys like to see some zombies? Or an alternate series? Maybe like a post-apocalyptic series? Just something little. Something special for Halloween. It'd be cool to see what you guys say. So do leave your feedback in the comments. I do encourage every one of you to leave a comment, because I love going through them. I just love going through the comments and reading through them. Very manageable, unlike Discord or Facebook, or I can get a little bit out of hand sometimes. How are we doing over here? We have got some more Americans in reserve. We're going to push these guys up now. It's like a full platoon of men. Let's see if we can retake this front line. So you guys have been ordered to take the front line. You can do this. The lag is getting intense now. It will die down in a minute. It's just because of me taking control of a lot of troops. If I do this, look, the lag should die a little bit. Oh, maybe not. Okay. It's just the amount of troops on screen. And these polys, the polys on these models are super high. But we have managed to retake the front trench. This could be good. We might actually hold off against these Chinese infantry. The first battle of Anchorage. And this battle doesn't necessarily mean it's law. You know, I'm basing it on the law, but this battle is completely bogus. I've not based this on any location, really. I've just built a little front line. Oh god, just pretend the lag is slow motion. But it looks to me like the Americans are actually winning this battle. That's because we've got such a vast amount of reinforcements, I think. Keep bringing them up. So I'm going to send some of them home. I'll be like, do you know what? I don't need all of you guys. I don't need you all. Go home. We don't need you. So we're going to delete those. Okay, that'll save some of the lag, you see. Only a little bit there. You don't need all those reinforcements. We have got plenty more on the way as well. How are we doing over here? The Chinese are actually getting pushed back. They're using these walls down here as cover. Not doing a very good job though. It's about time though, because I really did think that the Chinese were going to win this one. They've still got a lot of troops entering the battlefield though. There's a huge pile-up of jeeps over here. And because they blew the one up in front, it like sent a chain reaction. They've got a huge Humvee graveyard. They're still using the mountains to their advantage. That's quite strategic of them. I know what we could do. Should we do let's do a charge. Let's do an American charge. Like, you ready, boys? Are you ready for this? Let's send them over the top. Over the top, lads. We have enough men to spare. We do need to counter-attack, though. So here comes the counter-attack. Can we do this? Can we win this battle? Can we, you guys? Push on them. So it's just a matter of pushing them back to their ridge now. If we can push them back to the ridge, I think we've won this battle. And here come the Americans. I can't wait to get the actual snow camos. Oh yeah, the Chinese are on a full retreat. They're like, retreat! Retreat! This is epic. This was an epic battle. Yeah, the guys on the mountains have finally gone. Just a handful of troops. Now they're just going to fall back into the fog. As goes for the rest of them. But the Americans managed to stop a full Chinese advance. And just look at the dead. Look how cool that battlefield looks. It looks absolutely insane. So I think we can call that a wrap, guys. I think that's a wrap. So we have got another T-45 moving up. He must have been hidden somewhere. But he's the last one left, I believe. But the T-45, look at him. He looks beautiful. Looks so cool. So if you did enjoy this battle and you want to see more, do leave a comment. Also like and subscribe. Join the Mighty Nation, pushing on 20,000 subscribers. Also, if you want to see this battle again, but maybe in a different way, who knows? Maybe the Chinese could win on Baron's channel. Do go and check out Baron Von Games. I'll put a link to his channel in the description. But a lot of you guys probably know him already. So I do hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you guys in the next episode of this miniseries.
I think I heard something.